You into selfies? You into taking too many selfies? Stop it. Really, there's something wrong with you. Joining us on 710 KURV, nationally recognized psychotherapist, sex therapist, and author For Better, For Worse, Discover the Path to Lasting Love is Beatty Cohen. Beatty, welcome to the show. How many selfies is too many?
Look, too many is when it starts to take over your life and your relationships, and when you are really out of control. The American Psychiatric Association, I think that they are totally over the top. We have so many other things in our field to be concerned about. They're labeling this as a disorder if you're taking 3 pictures a day. My goodness, lots of people take 3 pictures a day, and they certainly don't have any kind of psychiatric disorder.
Well, that's what you think.
Well, maybe that's what you think. Maybe that's what they do for a living. But narcissism to the point where you actually dress up, you put on makeup, you put on nice clothes for the sole purpose of taking pictures. Do you not have a life, people? Seriously.
Look, if you do this in a way where you're not able to stop, so what happens if you get dressed up? I'll get dressed up, and I may take a picture. Does this mean that I have a mental disorder? I hardly.
See, you're in denial, Beatty. That's the problem. You are in denial, Beatty.
Let me tell you about this. I have a patient whose husband, seriously, he spends his days and his nights taking hundreds and hundreds of selfies. He posts them, and his fantasy is that somebody is going to discover him, and he's going to become rich and famous and a celebrity. Obviously, that is over the top. People, if they're taking a couple here and there, it's not a problem at all as far as I'm concerned.
That's
people
what they
are
all
wanting
say.
to connect. Well, people are wanting to connect. They may be lonely. Again, if we're looking at obsessive-compulsive behavior, that is when we can't control it. If we're shopping too much and we can't control it, if we're eating too much and we can't control it, and if we're taking selfies that we are completely unable to control, that's when we have to look at what is this really all about.
Okay, so the benchmark that they put was 2 or 3 daily. Is that not a fair benchmark, though, that limit to that and go do something else with your life?
2 or 3, I don't think so. I don't think that that's a fair benchmark at all. I think that when it becomes obsessive, you take 2 or 3 pictures a day, you send it to your family, you send it to your friends, you work, you take care of your home, your children, your job. Why would we look at that level as a disorder?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because there's bills to pay, children that need to be taken care of. You need to read a book, maybe educate yourself.
But you're right. You're saying when this kind of behavior interferes with reading a book and taking care of your children,
which is why they should do a study on how much time people spend on Facebook. Now there's some mental disorders there.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that we are so, people say we're so connected. I think on so many levels we are so really disconnected. And when technology starts to really interfere with your relationships and
Beatty,
quality.
Selfies really aren't that new. People have been able to take pictures of themselves pretty much since we've had cameras. It's just now that it's easier and it's instant.
It is easier and it's instant, and if people are wanting to send a picture and they're wanting to get some response, again, it's about, is this behavior becoming uncontrollable? Is it interfering? Is it interfering with your life, your relationships, your job, your ability to relate to other people, your friends? I saw a newscast this week where people are taking their selfies to plastic surgeons, and they're starting to really look at all the minute flaws in quotes that they are seeing. That's when things are becoming
okay. Well, it's an economic stimulus then. Then you're helping the economy then by stupidly spending money on stuff like that. It is interfering with my time on Facebook. It's people when they post stupid selfies like that. They pop up. They interfere with looking for news and interesting videos and stuff that people are talking about, to develop show content and things like that. It's just, I don't want to see stuff like that. And they go bye-bye.
I don't want to live like that either. But we do have to be very careful when we're talking about disorders. When I looked at the definition, when they said if you're taking three pictures a day, that you're sort of borderline disorder. I mean, I think that is so over the top.
Yeah, but if so many people have this so-called disorder, doesn't it kind of then become normal?
Well, I guess. Well, yes.
Because look how many people are doing this stuff.
The aberrant and deviant behavior is so common that it is now commonplace. Yeah, that's a very, very good point.
It's no longer a disorder.
Now we're the ones that are weird for not doing stuff like that.
Right.
Yes.
Well, and I guess I'm pretty weird too, but I think that the American Psychiatric Association would be much better off looking at early identification of mental health issues in schools, what's not going on in terms of mental health help in the prison.
But it's necessary though,
because
but I would argue this is necessary. Because this is so invasive in our culture now. 70% of people with a smart device, 70, 80%, that's the first thing they check in the morning out of necessity. They're checking information, they're checking news, they're checking emails and content that is relevant to their day-to-day life. It's like it's part of our lives now. We actually have to look at this type of data, don't you think? B.D. Cohan joining us on 710 KURV. I mean, we're imposing on our time.